Clear?
Okay, thank you very much.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Little again.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe we can continue our meeting next in other situation. Maybe offline. You can, both of you can come to Indonesia and meet with us. Honorable
Inshallah.
audience, today held a webinar about all about magister degrees, the life, the thesis, the future. Yeah. In the past, it was enough to graduate from high school to get a job. But in the future, I think it is need more skill,
Masuk kedua kan?
more skill to get a bright future.
Jangan lupa ya kalau
And
nanti
now,
mau yang ketiga, kliknya dua
okay,
kali, klik
we
pilih
can
start.
share we can share
Mabuk.
what is the difference between studying in bachelor program
Ngejum.
and the magister program. How we can get more experience.
Siapa namanya? Bentar dulu.
Oh,
Tarik dulu ya.
maybe the noise is very not clear, Miss Ali. I hope that Unisa student will be strong motivation in pursuing the goals. Ya, semuanya mahasiswa bisa perjuangkan cita-citanya, menggapai hari depan yang lebih baik. Oke, okay? So we can uh, subdue this word for our obedience to our Creator Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, the noise, very noise. The host, okay. Uh, let's begin this webinar with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. May Allah with us every day, and we get the advantage in this thing. We we can get the knowledge from the speaker. Thank you, Miss Ellie. I'm sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sebelumnya Bapak Ibu mohon dimatikan apa namanya please turn off your microphone ya, because in the soon we will have the guest lecturer from Algeria, Miss Yasmin Regil, please. Yeah.
Hello,
First,
everyone.
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, it's very clearly.
It's very clear your
Okay.
voice, miss.
Good morning, everyone. Like, you can just mute everyone, please, Ellie, or whatever who is the host of this meeting. You can just mute everyone. Just leave the speakers, please. Now I think it's less noisy. Okay, guys. So it is really my pleasure to be here with you today. Today, like, it is an honor to me, and I have to thank special thank Miss Ellie Molly. She's a very old and close friend, and we had a very nice and amazing time together in China. Me, I left in 2019. I finished my master's degree there, and due to coronavirus, I couldn't return. And I would like to introduce myself for first. Can you hear me, Ellie?
Yes, I can hear you.
That's
Yes.
great. I hear less voice, less noise. That's why I wonder, like, if you are hearing or not.
Yeah.
So I, yeah. Don't mind my face, by the way. Here in Algeria, it's 4:30 in the morning. So don't mind my face. It is still very early in the
Yeah, it's
morning.
very beautiful, very beautiful.
Thank you,
Mashallah,
dear. Thank you.
mashallah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I have to introduce myself to the audience. My name is Yasmin Regil. I am from Algeria. I am civil engineer at the base, and I finished my studies in Algeria, of course. Finished my first master's degree there, and then I entered my like my job as an engineer, as a civil engineer in the field on site, and I did like the both sectors, the private one and the public one. Like I get the chance, alhamdulillah, of course, because of the my mother's prayer, I get the chance to enter the ministry. Like now I am still working there in the government, in the Algerian government. And let's say also they have a big opportunity. They gave me this opportunity to study in China, to accomplish a second master's degree. So I was in Beijing Jiaotong Daxue. It is the University of Transportation. It is famous for railway transportation in China, in Beijing exactly. And yeah, I finished this 2 years in China, and at the beginning it was not easy at all. We, like me and my friends, especially with like our hijab and stuffs, it was not easy at first. I think I don't know what is the problem, if it is from us or from the others, but I can say that since like after some time, like we start to let's say to be sure and to accept ourselves. Like let's say I am a Muslim in Beijing, and so what? I am a student there. I came here to accomplish my goal, to study, to get some knowledge from you guys, and then I am going home. And that's what happened. Me and my friend, my like we start to feel the love of the Chinese and the acceptance, and also we went to their houses, to their home. And like I remember once one Chinese lady, she bought this himar, this hijab, and she came to me and said, can you please teach me how to do it? Like I did these stories I cannot forget. And I prepared for you guys one short video about Algeria. If you don't mind to share my screen, if you can see it. Like it's very short. It's about, I think, less than a minute, to show you the beauty of the country. Like we have a very nice weather. We have desert. We have the sea, like a very diverse one. I would like to share my screen with you and to see some of the pictures.
Okay. Okay, please.
Okay.
It's very nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just tell me if you see something, Molly, please, right?
Uh, yeah, I
Can you
can
see
see.
now?
Yeah, I can see the map.
Yes, the map.
Okay.
There's.
Okay, great. Here we go. This is a very short one. I just make it now. So I have to return to the call now. Okay. Stop sharing. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Can you see me, guys?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
see. Yeah, it is very beautiful country of Algeria. Yeah, thank you for sharing with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Um, I still can hear many voices. Can you please just mute yourself? That's great.
Silakan Bapak Ibu di mute dulu ya. Ininya apa? Please turn off your microphone. Okay. Please continue, Miss Yasmin.
Thank you so much, Miss Ellie. And after I show you some of the, like, it is very very small part of Algeria. If I had time, like I would, like I will show you more, but like this is the very famous parts of Algeria. And now in the second part, I would like to share with you my experience in China and how I get the scholarship. As I said before, I was like, Alhamdulillah, I was lucky to be selected. We were seven, I think, this year. That year in 2017, we were seven in the country. Like the government chose us to give us this scholarship. It was fully funded scholarship, and like I mean, for the other students, I know that it will not be the case, but for you guys, I know that for some who are interested to study in China, there is like websites you just enter and fulfill all the forms. You have to be eligible, you have to have like a very, not very very good marks. You know, Chinese are not smarter than us, guys. They are not smarter, they're just hard worker. And like they sleep less, as I know, and they are not more smarter, but like everyone can get this scholarship. I think as you Miss Ellie, you can help me to remember this website. I think the CSC site, right? To CSC, yeah. You can enter the CSC site website. It is a Chinese fully funded scholarship, and then like hoping to be selected. If not, the study there is pretty high. It's very expensive there. Yeah. But in my case, yeah, I was alhamdulillah lucky to get this fully funded one. It was funded by MOFCOM, the Ministry of Commerce, the Chinese Ministry of Commerce. They offer Algeria seven scholarship, and alhamdulillah, I get one in the year of 2017. Uh, just right, like in, like I remember at my arrival, everything was new. Like not only the day and night, it was like 8 hours difference. We struggled in the beginning with that, to talk with the family, and you know, the time difference. But after this, like we start to have fun after downloading the right application, after knowing the halal restaurants, the halal markets, after knowing some good friends like you, my friend Ellie, after like after that, the life became very very nice, and I didn't have this culture shock exactly. Only at the beginning, like let's say, China is what? Is cleaner? Yes, that's true. It's cleaner than our countries. China is more disciplined, maybe, even though they are not Muslims, but they have these good deeds, seriously. And yeah, the security, the level of the security there is very high. Like a woman like me can walk by night by herself without any, like you don't have to be afraid of anything. There are cameras everywhere. The police is turning every hour. You can see the police there, so you feel secure in China. I can say that. Also, the system of the transportation one, the network there is very big, and they have a very very sophisticated and advanced railway, and the subway there also is very nice. So, and it works, I think, 24 hours. I used to travel by night by subway, or daytime also. So if you go there, you don't need to use Uber or any of the apps. I mean, by car, I think is not the best option. The best option in China is to travel by subway. So this is like a brief introduction. I try to remember only the good stuffs. The bad stuffs, I don't know. I don't remember actually bad stuffs, bad memories. I don't have bad memories. Um, no, the only thing I remember that's really like a little bit stay here in my heart is the day of I remember once it was the new year of 2018, and they asked us to go to the Great Wall. I remember that the Chinese Great Wall, and I didn't know that there they can drink and they can, they are not Muslims, so everything is allowed there. So by my hijab, by my khimar, I said no, I cannot go. And I this story is still till now in my heart. Like, yeah, I am not only representing myself as Yasmin. I mean, I am representing like a woman, a Muslim one. I am the ambassador of my country. I am ambassador of Islam also. I am a woman with my hijab. I cannot go to these places. So I was a little bit sad by that night. I mean the New Year Eve. But I remember that me and my friends we went again to this great wall to see to see the places, just to sightseeing, and it was really amazing. And now I regret nothing. Studying abroad is a really a life changing experience. Seriously, I also um, I can tell you about my language. My English language was not like this. It was really poor. I remember because, like in Algeria, our first language is Arabic, and the second one is French because of the French colonization. But like we studied a little bit English. I remember from middle school we have 1 hour in a week. 1 hour in a week is not enough. It's not enough at all. Like in a day is okay. 1 hour a day is okay, but in a week 1 hour is not enough. But that's how I was studying in my. I think even now, still now, they study 1 hour. Yeah, my little brother. I have a brother who is 12 years old, and they have the same program. Yeah. So for me, studying abroad just give me this uh, like I have more vocabulary, I have more grammar, I have a little bit. I know my language is still not perfect, but at least I can transfer my message and everyone can understand. After China, I come back to my country. I still like as I tell you, I'm working at the government still there, and also it opened your eyes to other opportunities. Like you see the world, how it goes, where they go, where like you see more and you discover more yourself. What do you want? What do you really want? Like it's not you are following the crowd. You know what I mean? You start to have your own identity. You know what is your preferences. As I tell you, I could just go to that party in the new year, in the new year eve, as I tell you. But like in that moment you start to feel that that's not what I am. I am not that. I want to go but I cannot, and I would not go. And that's how you give yourself this discipline. You know what I mean? So studying abroad is a very nice experience. I mean, in the academic way and the personal way as well. Uh, I wish you guys to do so. If you can, please apply, and I know that you will get it. As many as we were like from Indonesia, I think I knew a lot of friends that year from Indonesia. So guys, please apply. And I told you the website is, you can enter and try to write CSC scholarship, Chinese scholarship on Google. You can Google it, and inshallah, you will get all the steps. Or you can write steps to get CSC scholarship, China. Just that, and I think inshallah you will get all the steps. And also you can contact me. Miss Molly Ely, she has my contact. I am here to help anytime, anywhere. And by that, I have to speak and to tell you also my experience. The second year, the first year, as I told you, it was about how to interfere and how to be part of the society and of the part of the the, the university and the Chinese also. So the second year, I mean, I find myself facing this thesis. I have to graduate, right? I am there to study. So it was not easy at all at first. You know what is the very tough part, the very difficult part was to choose the topic for me, of course, because I had other friends. They came with like an idea in their head. For me, no, because already I have my first master's degree, as I told you. So this is my second master's degree. So I didn't know, like, I want to contribute to do something good to my country, of course. But by that time, I was really like, I can do this topic. No, I will change to this one. Maybe this one is better. Maybe this one is shorter. And I proposed. I remember to my teacher, to my Laoshi teacher in Chinese, they call it Laoshi. So I proposed to him many topics, and he told me, this one is very large. This is for a PhD. It's not for masters. So guys, please try to collaborate with your teacher, with your mentor, for that to choose the right topic for master's degree, because many of them, they are not appropriate for masters. As you know, masters, it starts for the second year, so it's only like maybe you have less than a year, let's say 3 4 months. You have this you have to do this research, so you have to give them an outcome after less than, let's say, 4 months of hard work. So choosing the topic is very important. I say and I repeat, you have to choose the right topic. It has to be not very large and not very short, and it has to be specific to solve a problem. Like any the problem shouldn't be very big, like you are saving the world. No, this is like this idea, you have to save it to the PhD, inshallah. But as a master, you have to be specific, like this is a problem, okay, how can I solve it, and if it is doable, I will do it. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, you don't have to go very large, very large thinking. Leave it to a PhD, inshallah. So for this point, you have to be specific. Choosing the topic, as I told you, this is the very important part of doing a master's degree or a master's thesis. And you have to listen to your mentor, because they are there for you. You have to very, like, to carefully listen, and you to keep your mind open. What the mentor or the Laoshi or the teacher tell you, you have to be there and to apply, like, just to apply it for the first part, of course. After applying what he tell you, of course, you can add your touch. You have to add your touch, actually. It's not like to be specific, because maybe your Laoshi has not only you, maybe he has other students, you know what I mean? So everyone has to put his touch on his own topic. So this is second point. And as I told you, you have to choose a good topic according to the data. You know what I mean? Okay, I will explain more. Maybe I love, let's say, I love trains as like my major. It was about railway transportation. I love trains, and I want to increase the tonnage, maybe the transported loads. I want to increase it, but I don't have the data in my country. Like in my case, my country is Algeria. So from China to Algeria, maybe I don't have the data. I don't know how many trains do we have. I don't know what is the network in Algeria, how many trains, what is the timetable, or many stuffs. Like you have to know the data. You have to have it, as a software and hard copy. It's not like only numbers. No, and that's what this is the key that no one he will tell you that. You will experience that by yourself. You have to choose a topic according to the data that you have. Like, even if you have amazing topic and the teacher say yes, you can do that, but you can start with introduction. You will introduce your country, you will introduce the problem, but when you go to the case study, you find yourself that you don't have enough data. And this is the problem, or this is the mistake that many students do. Like, maybe they will stay like 2 months or more. Imagine that you stay more than 2 months preparing for this, and you find yourself in a lack of data. You don't have data. So what you do, you start to struggle, and you start to panic, and you go to your teacher. Oh, my teacher, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. you know so he will tell you, change the topic. You know what I mean? He will just tell you that he cannot help you with your data in your country. You know what I mean? The teacher is not supposed to give you data. This is one very good point. You have to remember that the teacher is here to guide you, to prepare the thesis. He's not supposed to give you data or help you to get it. So the best option here is to start from there. See what kind of data you can provide for yourself. As me, for example, I am working in the government, and even by that time I was working there. So for me it was easy. I just wrote a proper letter to my boss telling him I need this, please. I sent him by email, and even though I had to wait more than 1 week to give them the time to collect this data and send it to me. You know what I mean? I think more than a week. It was more. So for you guys, you have. I'm sorry. Yeah, for you guys, I think you have to start with this point. You have to know from where and what are the things that you need exactly in your thesis. After collecting them, everything will be easy. I can tell you. A master's degree, you can do, like, the paper can contain even 15 pages is okay. The most important is the topic and the problem that you are aiming to solve. No need to give them very big solutions or very big problem. No, this one, leave it to PhD. Second point, you have to have the data. You don't work without data, you know? And don't say I have Google. No, the data on Google is already used, and you are supposed to give the word new topic, new thesis, so new data. Don't rely on Google. So please do your proper thing, even if it is very small, very, very tiny thesis, it's okay, but it is yours. This is a very important point I would like to share with you. And yeah, after that, what you have to do, help me, Molly. I think after collecting the data, after collaborating with your teacher, it came to the defense. Like
Analyzing the data.
yeah.
Yeah.
After analyzing the data, like with your teacher, of course, you came out with the outcome. So after that, you have like the result or the conclusion of your work and what your data gave you, and like what are the results, what is the goal of your thesis. After this, you can just submit it online, or you can give it to your teacher. He will submit to the administration, and from that, you will be more free. It gives you more freedom to, like, maybe to travel around, or to go and buy the clothes for the defense. This one is also very important part. You don't have to just skip it. Please don't skip. You have, like, as you gave yourself this time to be very serious and very very, like, maybe you cannot sleep at night, many nights, and being very serious with yourself and with your teacher, you have also to give yourself this time to enjoy and to go shopping and buy these nice clothes, to be very beautiful and formal in front of your teachers the day of the defense. The day of the defense, I can tell you, like, what is done is done. The thesis is there. So you already submitted the thesis. You don't have to worry about that part. But what I can tell you, you can revise. You can see one more time what you have done, and prepare very good speech that I can advise you to not read from a paper. Of course, you have to keep this idea. The keywords have to be in your mind, and then you give yourself the liberty and the freedom to talk. Just talk. There are people like us. They pass by this step as you exactly. Even these teachers, one day they were like you in your exact position, so they will understand your feelings by that time. And yeah, you just give them small and short and brief um, idea about your project, what you did, what is the problem, how do you want to solve it, and you have to give them task reports. Don't talk too much.
orang tuanya. Dan kalau sampai kan ini nanti bermasalahnya terhadap anak kita.
I can hear voices, guys.
Cepatnya tetap pakai itu bisa sih ujian, tapi kalau mau melanjutkan
Really?
berarti kan
Halo,
kartu penduduk domisili itu harus
Pak?
dibuka
Pak,
kurang-kurangnya.
mohon dimatikan Pak ininya Pak. Speakernya mohon dimatikan Pak.
Itu yang jadi persoalan, nanti repot.
Halo Pak, mohon dimatikan.
Dan,
Please turn off your microphone.
apa yang disampaikan Pak Andro kembali saya tegaskan.
Somebody who knows him, please let him know.
I think you can do it for Ili. I think you can do it as a host.
Ekstrakurikuler wajib itu adalah
Let me try. I don't know how to.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
The host can mute anyone.
pramuka. Ya, sampai saat ini merupakan salah satu ekstrakurikuler wajib. Ya, tinggal bagaimana kita nanti persoalan.
Miss Lily, you mute your microphone, maybe Miss Lily.
Itu tetap harus ikuti ekstrakurikuler. Dan hanya video bisa.
Miss Lily di mute.
Let me try.
Yes, right.
Miss Lily from Ciganda Mekah.
Maybe we can do for the
Okay,
host or
it's
moderator.
okay. It's okay now.
It's okay now.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's okay.
sorry, Miss Yasmin, for the interruption.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. That happened. That happened in this
Yeah.
webinar. Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
So we were talking about what? The defense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the defense. Like, yeah, as I say, the students have to be sure about the information that he gave. Like, even if you are not sure in the reality, you are not very confident, but you have to show it. You don't have to be sure, and you don't have to be really confident, because in that really specific situation, all of us, we have this panic. Even if we do great job and great work, like the whole year, in this specific part of the defense, maybe you panic, maybe you say, I am not ready enough, I am not ready. No, don't say that. Like, this is a normal situation. You have to say in your like in your mind, this is normal. If you don't panic, this is not normal. You know what I mean? The normal is to panic a little bit, of course, because like this is defense. You are showing your work for like maybe like for the first time. As in Algeria, for example, students, they present for the first time that the thesis defense, because in the bachelor degree, they have just to submit the paper, but the defense, they do not do that. In Algeria, they don't. So the first time a student presents something in front of people is in master's degree. So I always tell them, fake it till you make it. You have to fake it, because already you made a very great job the whole year you are studying, or maybe more. I know some students, they came to me and asked, like, they from the first year of master's degree, they already chosen the topic and they really know what they are doing. So I tell them, okay, since you know that, why you panic? Maybe I cannot transfer the information. Maybe no. Even though the teacher know that you passed by this panic situation a little bit, but you have to leave yourself, go and talk and speak. And like, what I mean is, don't be very very narrow in your thinking. You know what I mean? You have to just let it go, and you have to put, of course, this point before you speak. You have to put this point. I have to talk about this, one, two, three, four. Just that. That's how I do, actually. I just put I highlight the very big point. I have to talk about this one, two, three, four, and I just let myself speak and talk. And of course, as we say in Arabic, العقل الباطني in English is the inner mind, I think, something like that. The inner mind, he will speak like by himself, but because the information is already there, you are not inventing something, or you are not copying from anyone. This is a very good point, actually, that many of the students do. Like, they try to copy, try to watch others defense thesis, and they try to copy their manner. Maybe they move their hands a lot, so I will do that, so the teacher will accept me. No, 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 at all. Everyone have to be on his nature. If you are like, you talk about your hands and you give this body language, okay, so it's fine to do it. If you are not, if you are a person who is not using the body to express himself, so don't do that. Just be yourself. Don't give something that you are not, because that what made stress. It's not the information, because the information is already there. You are working on that a long time, like maybe 7, or I don't know how many months you are working on your thesis. So the information is here, the data is here. You did a great job. Now, to present that, to represent it, and to make the judges give you good marks and understand, you just have to be yourself. and be honest, of course, because if you are not, like, if you are not, it will show, it will show, and people, they will know, and they will ask a question why he is doing that. Maybe it's not her thesis, maybe he's stealing that, and that happened. I remember once that happened in our study, in our class. And what they do, they just ask the lady, it was a girl, they asked her to do it again. Imagine, they asked her to do it again, or she will, like, she need to redo the year, you know, so she will start all over from zero. So what they give her, they gave her this opportunity to do again. So I don't want you guys uh, to have this situation, to be in this situation, because after this whole work, like, you will be very exhausted. Like, it's more than tired, it's exhausting. You feel like tired here in your mind, and in your body also, your body and your mind ask for rest, you know. So better to do it right, to be yourself, to present your data and your outcomes very clearly. That's the problem. Here is the solution I am proposing. And also, you have also to show your references. It is very important. That happened to me, to myself. I remember in my thesis in China, I gave them the books, the name of the books that I read that time, in that time, that helped me in my thesis defense. I remember the teacher asked me about that. Imagine, he told me, like, show us that books, what is the name, or from where did you get it. So imagine, I was lying, that people do it. They don't, like, they just write the references, like, I brought this information from here, I brought this information from this book, and actually they are not. So imagine that. Alhamdulillah, that in my case, all the references I put it, I really read it. So he asked me about that book. I tell him, yes, of course, that book, I found it in the library. You can, like, in our case, we had the library inside the campus. So I went there. I often go there. Like, I was also, alhamdulillah, I was lucky. My building was just next to the library. So day and night I was there. I went there like many times. So I know every, and I know very well the structure of the library there. So I knew what really, like, I knew what kind of books I needed that time. So I just can I used to bring, to borrow the book and to read and to take picture of that, and to put it in my thesis. Because when you put more references from books or from really good websites, it gave you more, how to say, your thesis will be more heavy, you know. It will be more important than an empty one. I can give you a problem, it is doable, of course it is doable, but as you know, there are marks. Sorry, there are some theses that, or students, that they get high marks and the lower mark, you know. And but everyone will graduate, don't worry. You will all graduate, but with different marks. So if you want to get very good marks, you have to choose a really, how to say, real problem. Don't give imaginary one. It can be doable, like, you imagine a problem and it will be accepted. But if you want good mark, you have to choose a real problem in your country, or in like in life in general, that you can solve. Second, you have to choose the right data, you know, because right data, if you, let's say you want to develop software or something, so the right data will lead you to do, or to get right outcome at the end. And the outcome, that one is very needed, because according or based on the outcome, you will have your conclusion. So the judges or us or any audience, they will know if your thesis is really important and helpful or not, of course. So, and the second part is the references. While you are doing your thesis, like, of course, we don't know anything, nobody know anything, like everything we are learning. So since you are learning, from where you get your information, you have to be specific. I get this from here, I get this from here. That's why in the books you can see these small numbers in the end of the sentence here. That means this sentence or this paragraph, it is taken from this book or this website. So this is my small experience about the thesis, about the defense, and that's what I remember. And I remember I got my diploma after 2 months, I think. After 2 months, they gave us the diploma, and we enjoyed. We took parties, and we met with friends. And as I told you, give yourself this time, because you deserve it. Don't be very serious. I know that you are passing by tough time, and specifically now I am talking about before coronavirus, and now with the COVID-19, inshallah that it will go very fast in Algeria. The case is getting better, alhamdulillah, it's better now, but it's not gone 100%. So I know the students will struggle a little bit maybe in collecting the data. So the data, I think, should be online, or contact the companies by their emails, asking, like, very politely, please, I am student in the University of blah blah blah. I need, please, your data 1 2 3 4. You have to be specific. 1 2 3 4, and I will not use it. I will just use it in my thesis defense or in my thesis building the thesis itself. So so that the company or the entreprise, I try to translate, and that's why I take time. So the company will send you the data, and it will write in below that this data is served to Miss X just to use it in his thesis. So you cannot use it elsewhere. It's their right, of course, it's their data. But in my case, as I said, I took the data directly from the ministry. Yeah, that's it, I think. And also the references, you can go to the library or to Google. Of course, they have a lot of websites that provide this kind of data, of course, or references. I mean, hard copy or soft copy. And yeah, I remember the name of the one software. The name is, I think, Notepad. I think that one, it helps you to collect the books, the online ones. You can, like, download it, and you link it directly with your library. You don't have to go to download all the books that you need. No, just write the title online, and you go to this application, and you write the keywords, and it will give you directly the paragraphs that you need. That one is also a tip. Yeah, after this, just give yourself the time just to breathe, to celebrate, to wear nice clothes, and to meet with your friends, and to enjoy your stay abroad. If you are abroad, if you are in your country, have fun with your family and your friends and brother and sister. And this one is priceless, I can tell you. The taste of the taste of the winning, the taste of winning is priceless. I hope you guys, inshallah, ya Rab, I hope to succeed. I hope you succeed in your life, in both lives. this life and after this life, inshallah ya Rabbi. Inshallah we met in other occasions. Inshallah we met in Jannah. I really appreciate my passage and my speech and my contribution with you. Miss Ili, I have to thank you once more for this amazing and opportunity to express myself and to try to give my experience to the students that are with us. We are here 98, I think, or 19, yeah, people. I appreciate your presence, guys, and hope to see you soon in other occasions, inshallah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Yasmin. Before you leave the room, let us take picture, yeah, with
Of
this
course.
banner, yeah, with this poster, because it is to publish in the magazine, in Onisa magazine, inshallah.
Okay, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, we are very honored that you come here with us, and oh my God, it is a very rare chance, yeah, from Algeria, and you are you took master degree 2 times. Yeah, it's very enormous, and you give us very beneficial tips, yeah, for us continuing our master's degree. I mean the attendance master's degree, because I'm already PhD. Okay, let
Yeah.
us, yeah, let us take picture. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, One, two. Okay, three. Thank you. The three is late. Sorry for the technical problem here. Oh my God. I hope
It's
you
okay.
can come to Indonesia someday, yeah, inshallah, yeah. And
I will come,
yeah.
and also you are invited to Algeria anytime. You know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. And for do you still have time,
I
or
am here for any kind of questions, of
ya,
course.
oke, Bapak Ibu, kalau misalnya punya pertanyaan silahkan dilontarkan ya. If you have any question, please ask. You can ask in bahasa Indonesia or in English, both. Okay, I will try to translate. Maybe 5 minutes ya, only 5 minutes.
Bu,
Because, okay.
Oke,
izin
Miss.
bertanya, Bu.
Uh, Siapa ini? Alan ya?
Iya, Bu.
Oke, Alan, silakan.
Eh,
Please ask the question.
Untuk membuka pikiran kita, apakah kita harus melalui saran mentor saja atau orang lain juga?
Okay, thank you for the question. Miss Yasmin, his name is
Yes.
Alan, and he asked the question, how to open our mind, our thinking skill. It is okay just from your supervisor or your tutor.
How to what? To open
To
your
open
mind,
the,
right?
to sharpen the thinking skill, maybe the method, yeah.
The method of thinking, you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean, right?
Yes.
Yeah. In that part specifically, I suggest to work in group. Don't be alone. Don't be alone and say I am right. I know the topic and I can do that. I don't need others. No, please. Just be in group of people. Not always as I say. Like even in Islam, we have la tafrit wala ifrat. La ifrat wala tafrit means don't be always with people and don't be always alone. Just do the balance. You know what I mean? If you are with your friends, you can see the progress of them. You know where you are. If you are late, you can know. If you are very advanced, you will be very like in your mind. Okay, I can slow down a little bit. It's okay. That's how you be open-minded, and that's how you can collaborate with your teacher more. So just socialize, try to socialize. I remember also our first friend, his name is Maluk. Maluk, that Maluk, the poor Maluk, he was always alone. Always alone. I don't know what is the wrong with him. Maybe he was the older one. He has, I think, more than 50 years, I think. He were old. But this is not like an excuse, you know? So he was just alone. At the end of the year, he didn't get his master's and he was sent to his country, you know? He didn't get anything. He just went to China to travel and he was he struggled with his thesis and then he went home. So my advice to you guys, don't be alone. Be surrounded with other people. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay? Don't be afraid to ask. We don't know. If we know and if we are like very how to say we have really good informations while we are studying. You know what I mean? I am there or I am here to study. I am here to get more knowledge. So just don't be alone. Make friends, have fun, do what it has to do, and go home. That's it.
Okay, thank you. I hope Alan understand ya. Have you understood? Okay, next question ya.
Ya,
Because our
ya,
time is
Bu.
limited. Okay,
Bu.
Henry, okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Ya,
wabarakatuh.
Bu.
Ya,
Ini bertanya.
ya. In English, please.
Uh,
You can speak English.
Okay, Bu. Actually, I want to know about some motivation, Bu, from Mr. Yasmin. The some motivation maybe will be useful for me in my life in the future, Bu.
You ask
You?
for motivation.
Yeah.
Yes, I need some motivation from you for my life in the future when I graduated from Indonesia.
Okay.
So you want to live in Tunisia, right? You want to leave.
No.
Yes,
After. Okay. He means. What's your advice for him after he graduate from this university and his major is informatics engineering? Maybe you have advice.
Oh
for
my
him.
God.
Yeah.
Informatics, like computer science, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I can
right.
tell you. Yeah, I can tell you one thing. 1 month before, I was in United States. I went to Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley, it has all the high tech companies are there: Facebook, Cisco, Oracle, Twitter, Google. All the high companies are there, and I can tell you that the computer science is highly recommended. All I think even in the buses, if you meet someone randomly in the bus, you ask him what you do there. Hey, I am computer science. I am IT engineer. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
more than this motivation, you cannot find. You will, like, imagine yourself in Silicon Valley, in San Francisco, California, United States. Your place maybe is there. I know that they hire without even a diploma. In Google, I went there, and they do an interview with you. My problem was the visa. In that time, I told you my government gave me only 2 months visa. So if not the visa, I can tell you that I will be there. I will not return. Also me. I am
Okay.
honest. I am very honest with you. Yeah, because there is a very nice opportunity. Even if you work there for only, let's say, 5 years, 5 years working in Google. Oh my God, it's a dream to me. But yeah, if you have the visa, if you apply for visa and they give you, like, let's say, 5 years or more, I think they will give you. In my case, they didn't give me because I am working, so they need me at work. That's why they didn't give me much time. But for your case, try to apply, and yeah, you can work in Google, and you have like a very good life, very good salary, very good, and they gave them a very good life there. California is the city and the capital of technology. Silicon Valley too. So I recommend you to see this target, and automatically you will be motivated. You will not be sleeping at night. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Yasmin. Nice to meet
Okay.
you.
Miss LA,
Nice
can
meet
I
you.
give
Okay,
question?
Rina, Miss Rina, please.
Okay,
Please
thank you
ask
for the
question.
opportunity, for the chance to give the question to Miss Yasmin. Oh, very beautiful lady. Miss Yasmin, I have a question about the how you manage for the culture shock between Algeria and China, and how many you can make a deal with that. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. And for the cultural shock, I can tell you, like, you have to accept yourself first. It's not about them, it's about you. Always, wherever you go, it's not only China, is about you. You have to accept your identity and to be proud of yourself. Like, that's how I am made. Like, I like, let's say I eat halal. I only eat halal. So you have to accept and respect that about me. You know what I mean? So if I am in China or I am in any other country, I always tell them, please, if I am in Ramadan, please, I am fasting. They will respect you. If you respect yourself, they will respect you. That's what I can advise you about the cultural shock. So you will not be shocked at all. Maybe, as I said, there are differences, of course. They are not like us. That's obvious. Like that's how God create us. They create us different to learn from each other. So they learned from me, and I learned from them, of course. But to not be cultural shocked, I mean, you just need to accept and respect yourself first, so the other will do to you. That's my advice to you and to all the people. Please just have this confidence in yourself to admit, since you choose to be with hijab or without, if you chose to be a Muslim or not, if you chose like your identity, you chose it, So don't be a follower. You know what I mean? Please don't be a follower. Just be responsible of what you are. Since you chose to be that way, it's okay, of course, to develop yourself. I'm not saying the opposite. Developing is a part of life, but don't be like, if you are Muslim and you pretend you're not, what a shame. You know how people see you. Let's say you are Muslim and they see you in club, dancing in club. What is that? You know what I mean? So just respect yourself, respect your identity, and they will do the same, and you will not have this culture shock. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Yasmin. And uh, here with us already come, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the another beautiful speaker, yeah, from Pakistan, Dr. Candidate Amara Kausar, ya, MSc. Okay, before she begin, let me read the CV, ya, both CV. Miss Yasmin, sorry, I forget. I will read the CV of Miss Yasmin and also Miss Amara, and then after this, we will welcome Miss Amara to start her speech. Okay. Yeah, this is the CV of beautiful lady, Miss Yasmin Regil. Yeah, she was born in 10 of June 1989, and she is still single and beautiful. Yeah, and this is her WhatsApp number and also email. If you want to contact her, you can use this. And now she is working as public works engineer at the Ministry of Public Works in Algeria. And then this is her training, U.S. State Department Fellow in Tech Woman 22 program, yeah, hosted by the company LinkedIn in Silicon Valley, California, USA. And also she has ever been the project management in Algeria. And also she got her master degree in Master of Traffic and Transportation Engineering from Beijing Jiaotong Dashui. Yeah, Dashui is university, Beijing Jiaotong University. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Yasmin. I hope
Thank you
we
so
can,
much. It's an honor to
yeah,
me. I hope to see you soon in
okay.
other occasions.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you so much. Bye bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Have a nice day. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank
wabarakatuh.
you. Bye.
Yeah, and now is uh, the this one, yeah, Miss Dr. Candidate Amara Kausar. This is her CV, and let me check if you can see. You can see, yeah. Okay. This is she has many publications, yeah. As the first author of one reputable journal, yeah, in 2021, Chemical Society Reviews. That's the name of the journal. And her education is PhD in University of Science and Technology Beijing, majoring material science and engineering from 2017 until now. And her master's degree was from Beijing Institute of Technology in Beijing, yeah, the capital of China. And her major is also chemistry, yeah, from 2015 until 2017. And this is she has so many honors and awards, yeah. One of them is the Outstanding National Student Scholarship Award in 2018. And she also got the Chinese government scholarship, yeah, just like Miss Yasmin, yeah, the same. And then this is her work experience in Punjab government from 2012 until 2015. And now she is finishing her PhD degree in University of Science and Technology Beijing. Okay, Miss Amara, welcome to our lecture, and please speak, and please turn on your microphone.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. As Miss Ellie already introduced me, my name is Amara and I am from Pakistan. We are neighbors to India and China. So Pakistan is a beautiful country. We have like everything. We have beautiful sceneries, we have sea, we have desert, we have mountains. So about me, I completed my master's from China. I went to China in 2015, and then I started my PhD in 2017 right after finishing my master's degree. Now I am a PhD student, but unfortunately, during COVID in 2019, the COVID started. So during the vacations in 2020 January, all of us went to our home countries. I also came to Pakistan. So as you all know that we couldn't go back because of the COVID restrictions. Um, my PhD is still on a pause. My major in masters is chemistry, and in PhD my major is material science and engineering. So that was about my introduction. When I didn't knew about the scholarships in China. So when I completed my bachelor's in Pakistan, my elder brother, he asked me to apply for masters in China because he knew about the scholarships in China. My brother was already studying in Germany, so he told me to apply for masters in China. So I applied for the CSC scholarship, that is called as Chinese Government Scholarship in China. So I was not sure that I will get the admission in China because I also used to think like other people that in order to get the scholarship we have to get very high percentage of marks, and we have to have like very high grades. But actually we have to work on our profile, and we have to have a very good research proposal. Then we can, and we have to contact a professor, and then we can get admission. So I also worked on my profile. I created my resume, and then I created my study proposal. I wrote my statement of purpose, and then I applied to like 3 or 4 different universities, and I got admission in Beijing Institute of Technology in 2015. When I went to China, that was a very a different experience, because that was the first time I was traveling abroad alone without anyone. And when I went there, that was like a culture shock for me, because when I went for my masters, my university had 2 campuses. One campus was in the hub of the Beijing, and the other campus was like 40 kilometers away from the main campus. And that campus was like in the middle of nowhere. So it was very far from the main campus, and it was like the edge of the Beijing, the border of the Beijing, where there was no city center. So we have we hardly have the markets very far away from our campus. So it was so hard for me to adjust when I went. So in my campus, it was like so empty. There were very less people there, and my dormitory also was very empty when I went there. So the first thing I did was I was crying, and then I don't know why I was crying, because I was alone and there was no one to talk. And the culture shock that I got was the language barrier, uh, because in 2015, it's like a couple of years back, people didn't knew a lot about English, and there were very few people who could talk in English. And especially I was away from the city center. People didn't knew how to talk in English. Everyone was Chinese, and Chinese people are very good. They're very helping, but at the same time, they're very shy to talk. So all the people were very helping, but they didn't knew what I was talking, and I didn't knew what they were talking. So all of them were very shy to talk to me, and at the same time they wanted to help. But it was a very hard time for me to get adjusted. But my Pakistani community members, they were also living there. They helped me in everything. So it was hard for me. But I used to go to the market. It was like 7 to 8 kilometers from my university, or you can say from my dormitory. And my campus was really very big. It take like almost 20 to 30 minutes to go out of my university, to go out like from my dormitory to the main gate. So it was very tiring, and at the same time the culture shock, and plus we are Muslims, so I was very concerned about all the halal things I can get there. Even I was very worried about the water also. I used to say like if this water is halal or not. But then slowly we got adjusted. Um, my lab mates and my professor in my master's was very cooperative. They were so good. In my lab, I had a very small group. My professor had only 4 students. One was the postdoc student, and one was me, and there were 2 other girls in my lab. So we were only a small member of a group in my professor with my professor. So working with my professor was very easy and good. He was very cooperative. And also in my campus there were very few foreigners. Everyone was Chinese. So I used to communicate with them by hands. So I had to tell them what I want and what's the problem. During my first year of masters, we started like of course the coursework. So my problem, I got like a very good time as well, but I got so many problems during my coursework, because I was studying chemistry, and in my major there are very few students in other countries. So most of the students who used to go to China, I remember they are studying management, they are studying engineering, but very few students used to go to applied sciences like chemistry and physics and mathematics. So also in my major in chemistry, there were very few students. I was I was the one from Pakistan, and there was another one student from Nigeria. We two were the foreigners only in my major, in chemistry, in my university. So the other foreigner student, he went to the other professor, and I was with another professor, but we were taking the classes together. In my class, we were like, all of them were Chinese, and only two of us. And the problem with the Chinese is that they don't want to, deliver the lecture in English, because when the class is crowded with the Chinese, of course they would love to deliver lecture in Chinese. So that was very hard for me. We used to sit in the class, but the teacher was giving lecture in Chinese, and we were like sitting blank. We couldn't understand anything. But the class fellows, the Chinese class fellows, and the teachers are always, welcoming to help. But of course, they cannot give lecture for only two students in English when all the other students are sitting there who are Chinese. So we used to, sit blank. So that was in every class it was like the same. The classes were in Chinese, and apart from that, we had classes. We learned Chinese language, and we learned about the Chinese culture. We had two other classes with the foreigners only. So in masters, my Chinese teacher who used to teach us Chinese language, she was very helpful and she was very cooperative. I still remember she was very friendly, and I learned Chinese from her, and because of her, I learned a lot. And in my among my friends, I was the one who was speaking very good Chinese because of the teaching style of my teacher. And in the other class, we used to learn about the Chinese culture. They used to tell us about the Chinese history and everything about China. Um, Chinese are very helpful, but at the same time, they are very hardworking also. During my masters, in first classes about my coursework, I completed more than 30 credit hours during my masters, and then in second year of my masters, we started our research work. And research work is another story. It's when you are in a foreign country, it's not easy to go on with the research work. We have to select the topic by ourselves, and especially in my major, we have to choose something, or we have to study something that is very novel. So we have to work towards the novelty of the work, which anyone have not done before. So we have to search something like that. It was hard for me, but in my case, I was very confused what to choose and how to choose my research topic. I was studying a lot of publications about my professor's work and about my lab mates' work, but my professor helped a lot, and I was lucky enough that my professor chose the topic for me finally, and then I started work on my research work. My research work was about the polymers. We were developing a molecularly imprinted polymer. At the start, I got so many problems about my results. I was working so hard to get my results because in my field of research, uh, weather is the main cause of getting good results. If the weather is dry, I can get good results. So I waited long for my results to come out good. So my degree was supposed to finish in around like June, and I was supposed to give my final thesis in March. So and then I was supposed to get my final results by January. But the weather was so bad, and I was trying by August and September to get my results. But I waited for winters to come so that the weather could dry and I can get good results. So I did experiments again and again. I was working day and night for getting the results. But finally, I got some good results, and I started writing my thesis in January, at the end of the February when I got it my results. And writing the thesis was also another topic, because when I started writing my thesis, I was worried about my graduation, that after graduating, what I will do next. Because I think this is the main thing every graduate student is worried about. Because whenever we think that we are like 2 or 3 months left for our graduation, we start thinking that what are our next concerns, what are we going to do next, should we start a job, or should we continue our studies. So I was also concerned about that. So in January, when I started writing about my thesis and I was doing some experiments, I started applying for PhD. I was worried that I should, apply somewhere for at least to get a job. So I was applying for the job in China, and I was applying for the job for the PhD in China, and then at the same time I wanted to go to some other country as well to start my PhD, because I wanted to get another experience from another country, as my brother was also studying in Europe. So I wanted to go to Europe and start a PhD or start a job there. So I took a lot of burden on my head, and that was like I was awake for day and night, and I was working so hard. But then I thought that I tried to apply some in Australia as well, in Germany, in Europe. But then I thought that I should, get a direction. I should slow down, and because I'm working on my thesis, and I'm writing my thesis, I'm doing my experiments. So I started applying for PhD in China only. So I started applying in China for my PhD. I applied in 5 or 6 different universities for my PhD. And as you know, if we apply for a PhD, we have to have good publications, and at the same time, we should have a good research proposal as well. And every professor that I used to contact, they were asking me for the research proposal. And if I'm writing a research proposal, I should write the research proposal that is relevant to my professor that I'm applying. So that was the thing. After that, I graduated in June, and at the same time, before I graduated, I was lucky enough that my hard work paid off. I got good news from University of Science and Technology, Beijing, that I got admission in my PhD degree. So before I graduated with my masters, I got admission in PhD. I was enrolled in PhD. So I was very happy about that. So I came back after my graduation to Pakistan, and then I went back after like a few days for my PhD. Then I started my PhD. My PhD experience was very different from my masters, because in my masters I went to the university that was like very far from the main city center. There were very few people there and very few foreigners, and the Chinese also. There were a lot of Chinese in this university, of course, but the university was in the middle of nowhere. So we had the shopping centers, and even to buy grocery, that was very far away from the university. The land was so empty there. But now, until now, I think it was very well developed. But in my PhD, when I came, I was very happy because there were so many foreigners in my university, and it was in the main city center, and I could experience a lot of other things with my studies as well, other than going to lab and studies. And there, of course, I found a lot of friends, especially the Muslim friends. I found Miss Ellie and a lot of other people. So it was so lovely experience. I was more happy in doing my PhD than my masters, but also I enjoyed in my masters. But when you find more people, you enjoy more. There were like a lot of foreigners who used to go for parties, and because in China you have a lot of things to do. Because I say that in China you are living with all of the world, because in your university, wherever you study, in whichever university you are studying, there will be foreigners from almost all parts of the world. In my experience, I met a lot of people from Europe, in Europe, from France, from Germany, from Portugal, from Spain, even from UK. I met students from United States also, and from Australia. So in China, it's a hub from the whole of the world. There are a lot of people coming to study in China. The reason is that China is providing a lot of scholarships, and apart from that, Chinese universities have very good affiliations with other universities in the world. They are working as exchange partners. So there are a lot of exchange partners with the Chinese university in other countries. For example, I had like friends from Australia, and she was an exchange student. So there were a lot of exchange students coming from very well developed countries to China. So in China, I met lot of nationalities. Even I used to say that if I see anyone from any part of the world, I can recognize from this person that this person is from this country just by talking to the person, because I met so many nationalities. And it's a very good experience because in our dormitory, people come from all over the world, lot of countries, and we have experience with living with lot of people, and we experience like we cook together, we come to know the food of other countries, we come to know the language of other countries, and we are living actually with other countries, so the people of the other countries. So it's a very pleasant experience. And during my PhD, at the start, I was very happy and I started enjoying that. Oh yeah, I got a good experience and I got good couple of people around me. I can go around. Yeah, I enjoyed a lot. But then, because I was a PhD student, the burden hit on my head, so I had to work really hard. So in the first year, I was enjoying a lot, and then in the second year of my PhD, I got extremely busy because my major is material science and engineering. We have to work very, very, very hard. So we have to be in the lab at 7, and then we have to work all day in the lab. Even my professors, like they were very hardworking, and they always expected us to be in the lab till 12 a.m. at night. Even my professor used to call us for the meeting at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., even 10 p.m., and we used to finish our meeting at 12 night. So that was so hardworking. My lab group was very hardworking, and not only my lab group, all the Chinese, I say, they're very hardworking. They're intelligent or not, but they are very hardworking. Whatever they're doing, if they're working in the lab, they're going to the offices, they will wake up. I saw Chinese people waking up at 5 a.m. and then they go for walking, running, and then they rush for their offices, they rush for their labs, and they are in their office at 8, before 8, and then 8 a.m. in the morning, and then they work all day. They have their lunch break, they have their dinner break, they go back to their labs, and then they keep working until 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. at least. And in my lab, people used to go at 8 a.m. and then they work all day until 12 a.m. at night. That's like a lot of hard work. Even my professor, I used to give him reports. Whenever I used to send him the reports of my work, even at night, 3 a.m. I used to send him the reports, and at 3 a.m. also he used to reply me, because this Chinese nation is very hardworking nation, I must say here. They're very helping on the roads. If you ask Chinese people about any kind of help, they will help you. I remember once me and my friend, they were kind of lost somewhere. So my friend and I, we were going somewhere and we didn't remember which bus is going to our station. So we asked a Chinese guy for help, and he came with us to the bus stop, and then he helped us get the bus, and he was waiting for us for the bus. And then after we got on the bus, then he went away. So this is the level of the help that Chinese people can help you. They're always willing to help. They're always loving to help you. So I was talking about my PhD. During my second year, I started my research work. Before that, I was in the first year. I was taking my courses. In PhD, we have to take very few amount of courses. Like I had only to take 9 credit hours. So 9 credit hours is nothing. So as always, like in PhD, also it was hard for me to take the courses because of the language barrier. All the classes were in Chinese and teacher were teaching in Chinese and we couldn't understand the Chinese, of course. We were sitting in the classes blank. In the first year I was enjoying and I was taking those courses, and apart from that we were taking the Chinese language classes also with the foreigners, we were studying about Chinese culture also, like in masters. But then in second years I had to start my research work. So it was so hard for me to choose the topic in PhD, because masters is, I say that masters is nothing. If masters is literally nothing, you just go and you take your classes and then you choose a topic, or your professor can help you choose the topic, and then you start working, and you don't need a hell lot of work in masters, because the publications, you don't need a very high level of publications during your masters. You can graduate without a publication in your masters also, with thesis, as I also did. I didn't had any publications. I graduated without any publication, and I graduated with my thesis. But during my PhD I have to work very hard in order to find the topic. What happened with me, that I was searching for the topic. I used to suggest, like I used to write a small research proposal for my professor, but he never, like he always used to say, no, I'm not satisfied with this topic, you have to search another topic. So I was so worried about my topic that I used to search again and again. It takes almost 1 or 2 months to search one topic, because we have to find a novel work, and we have to read a lot of publications in order to find a topic. So we have to do the background research and everything about the thesis topic. So then I was searching one topic, and then I was switching to another topic. But in our major it's not easy, because we have to think about the results, we have to find like observations and everything about it. uh, but in the meanwhile my professor asked me to write the review paper. That was another big task, because in review paper we have to read lot of publications. In review paper we have to read publications, and we have to write our perspective, our thinking about the publications that we have read, and we have to, you can say, we have to summarize all the publications that we have read. But we cannot write our view, but we have to summarize their view in our language. So that was another big task. We read like it took almost 1 year for me to write the review paper, because my review paper got published in Chemical Society Reviews, and that's a very high impact factor journal, that's 30 plus impact factor. So that was a very big achievement. But only I know how I wrote this paper. I was working day and night to in order to write that review paper. So everyone was asking me, what are you doing these days? And I used to say, I'm writing a review paper. And everyone asked me for like 1 year, and everybody was tired asking me that it's been 1 year and you are continuously saying that you're writing a review paper. So where is your paper? But research is all about patience. We have to be patient, and we cannot do anything if we don't know anything. If the results are not coming, we have to be patient. I was very tensed during all of my research, because we cannot have control on our results. So if of course we have no control on our results, so we have to be patient. So my friend once told me that you don't need to know everything, you just do your good You just do what you can do, and then you can wait for the good results. And a research should not be a perfect researcher. A researcher should be patient. A researcher should have been reading the publications. This is all we can do. This is all we can do, that we can give time to our research work, and this is all we can do. Other than that, we can, we have to relax. And what my professor used to tell me during my research was that we have to have a good health also with our research work, because we in my major we have to do lot of experimental work. We were staying in the lab doing experiments, and doing experiment is a physical activity along with the mental activity, that we used to read our papers, and we used to get tired by standing all day in the lab. So apart from the mental health, our physical health was also very important. We had to work on that as well. So I used to go to lab at 8 a.m. and I also always used to think that, oh, I'm like today I'm going very early before Chinese. But whenever I used to go early to the lab, I always find Chinese people sitting there before me. As I told you that they're very hardworking. So I used to do experiments all day in the lab, and then my lunch break, and then again I used to go back to the lab doing experiments. That was the whole day routine of mine. And then on Sundays, on the weekends, I used to take off, and then I used to do my other work at my room. But Chinese people, they don't take off on Sunday as well. I saw my lab mates going to the lab on Sunday also. Um, so yeah, that was then after I published my review paper, that was a very big achievement for me. And apart from that, I was working with my co-authors. I was working on other papers as well. So I got like a good couple of publications, Alhamdulillah. So, but the bad luck in my career was that the COVID started. So when COVID started, everyone was scared, and so was I. So in 2020 January, I came back to Pakistan because my parents were very worried about me, that I might get sick or something. So I have to go back. So I came back to Pakistan, and I never knew that after coming back to Pakistan, I would not be able to go back to China. But now also, like, I don't know if China is going to open soon. And when I came back to Pakistan, I got married. So now I have a baby, Alhamdulillah. She's only 6 months old. So life now I'm thinking about when China will open, then I will go back and I will continue my studies. Until then, I'm thinking about like continuing my career here in Pakistan, or I'm thinking to apply somewhere else also, if I can get a PhD somewhere else also, or if I can continue in China. So that was all about my myself and about my experiences in China. And one thing like about thesis, how you can choose your topic is that first thing, when you choose your thesis topic, you should read lot of publications. You should first of all read about your professor's work, what your professor did. This will help you a lot because you have to work in your professor's lab. So all the equipments will be related to your professor's work. So you have to read all of your professor's publications. That will help you a lot in order to choose the topic. And then always you can discuss with your lab mates, because your senior lab mates are working there ahead of you, so they have more experience than you. So you can always discuss about your thesis topic with your lab mates. So whenever you come to a conclusion, you can go and discuss with your professor that you are thinking about this topic. Before you start writing a research proposal, you can arrange a meeting with your professor, and then you can, if he agrees, then you can start writing the research proposal. And after you choose your research topic, you should be serious about what you choose. You should not change your direction when you are reading the publications. You should read the relevant publications, and after reading the relevant publications, you should start writing your work. Like in my case, in my major, you should start doing your experiments. And after you get the good results, you can start writing your uh, publication, your research work. And I read somewhere that when you are writing a publication, you should write about your experimental work first, and then you can go to the other parts like the literature review, the introduction. So this is the another way to write a publication. And uh, when you finish writing your thesis, then you always we all have a thesis defense. So during thesis defense, my experience was that during my masters, when I had my thesis defense, I had members of committee, like one was my professor, and one professor was from the head of the department was also sitting there. My lab mates were also sitting there, and there were a lot of PhDs from other department, PhDs from the other professors. They were also sitting there, and there were professors from the outside university, the other university. They were also sitting there. I think someone also turned on the mic. There's kind of distortion. Okay, thank you. So there was in my committee during my thesis defense, there were like 5 or 6 professors sitting there in my masters. So I was very confused, and of course it's a normal thing for every student to get confused during during thesis defense. But the thing is that the first thing is that you are confused while you are defending your thesis. So we should upcome the confusion that we have. The two most confusing things is that when you are defending your thesis, we have like nervous laughs, and we are talking very fast during our thesis defense. So this, we should control our nerves. We should talk very slowly during our thesis defense, and we should talk very slowly, and then we should respond like we should once you have responded to a question, or once you are stopped talking, so you should give a pause, give a break, and then you can start talking again. uh, I'm sorry, I got a flu also, so it's so hard for me to speak. So please excuse my bad voice also. So in during thesis defense, there are a couple of things that you need to take care of. First, like if you don't know the answer, because of course we are not perfect, we don't know everything. So if we don't know the answer for everything, if anyone asks us a question, we don't know the answer, it's okay to say that I don't know. You can say I don't know, but you can add that I don't know, but I think this can possibly the answer will be, because the in the thesis the committee that is sitting to all the professors who are sitting there, they know that you are a student, of course, and you don't know all the answers, and they know about your situation, and they have been through, like they already have taken a lot of people's interviews, or they have already taken a lot of people's like thesis defense. So they know that students get confused and they don't know everything, and even professors ask the questions that they also don't know the answer sometimes. So it's okay when you say that I don't know the answer, but you can say, but I think that this could be the answer, and that is okay. So, and the other thing is that you should have a backup plan. And backup plan means that if your PPT is not working, technology gets failed, you should have some handouts to hand on to your professors and to the other committee members and to the students who are sitting there, so you can give a good defense. And plus, you should ask any of your friends you can trust to be your helper, to give the handouts to everyone, and to arrange the technology and everything ahead of the thesis defense. Because during my thesis defense in my masters, I asked my 3 or 4 friends to help me arrange the meeting room, and arrange everything about if my laptop fails, then I can ask my friend to take their laptop. And this actually happened with me. My laptop stopped working during my defense, so I borrowed my friend's laptop, and my friends were sitting there in the meeting room. They gave me their laptop to continue my defense. And we have to during the defense we have to dress up like a little bit formally, because it's a kind of a formal presentation, so we have to be a little bit formal. That will help you also to be very confident. And these, I think these are the main things that you should be dealing with your nerves. You should not get confused whenever someone asks you the question. You should not get confused that, oh, I don't know the answer, what I'm going to do now. Because everyone goes through, every graduate student goes through this situation, and this is quite normal. So I also had a very, but I was very confident during my thesis defense. Even if you don't know the answers, you should be confident, because you should study your research work in a very, uh, very accurate way. Before your defense, you should study all of your research that you have done, and you should be confident on your research work. What have you done? So you should be confident on defending your research work. So this is all you can have in your thesis defense. So apart from like relevant to China, I would suggest that you all should go to China. It's a very good experience. You can have a very good exposure. You can meet a lot of people there. You can enjoy a lot. At the same time, you can learn a lot. Apart from my studies, I learned lot of life lessons from China. Like a lot of people gave you a lot of life lessons. Um, in your country, like in our country, we are different people. When we go to other country, we are like other different people. So I learned a lot of things from China. I learned patience from there. Um, I learned a lot of other things also, from other cultures, from other people. Anyone can teach you anywhere, anything. So you can pick any good thing from there. Uh, I think now, when I went in my master's, it was 2015. That was like a couple of years back, and that was the time when people were not knowing English a lot. Chinese were not speaking English a lot. But now I think this is the time when like the technology is developing so fastly, and people there in China now speaks very good English. They're very fluent in everything. So now they are developed way far. Like they are so developed now. Time has changed a lot in China now. So now you can also go enjoy the lives there, and then you can enjoy the studies there. The scholarships are also available now, but the studies are going online in China. You can apply for the Chinese government scholarship. This is called SC scholarship. You can go to the website, and you can also apply for the other scholarships. They are like provincial government scholarships. They are like university scholarships available. So you can contact any professor. You can go to the university websites. You can apply for the scholarships. You can apply for PhD. You can apply for masters. And also if you want to apply to some other country, but China is a very good place because you learn a lot and you get a very good exposure, and the scholarship amount is also good I think, in order to support yourself. So that would be a very good experience if you continue studies in China, if you go to study in China. So that is all about my experience, and that is a very like a summarized experience about myself and about my masters, about my PhD. I cannot talk a lot because I have a sore throat and I have flu. That might interrupt the lecture. And I have a small baby also, so I cannot leave her for a long time. And thank you so much for your time. It was very lovely experience, and it was a big honor for me to speak here. And it was so lovely to talking to you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's very interesting and very nice presentation, yeah, sharing experience from Dr. Candidate Amara Kausar. Okay, students and teachers here, if you have any question, please one question, because after this we will have Mr. Dr. Iman, yeah, to speak about the master's degree in UNISA, yeah. Okay, one question. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Ellie and Miss Amaro and Miss Yasmin in this webinar. Terima kasih Ibu Amaro juga Ibu Yasmin juga Bapak Ibu sekalian yang saya cintai, yang saya banggakan. Terima kasih atas kesempatan yang diberikan untuk berbicara pada webinar ini. Izinkan saya dan mohon maaf saya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia, nanti bisa ditranslate oleh Miss Elia. Baik, secara umum ingin saya sampaikan bahwa tantangan kita khususnya di Indonesia dan di daerah kami tentang pendidikan ini adalah kita belum mempunyai milieu, belum mempunyai lingkungan yang membuat kita ini terpacu di dalam belajar. Saya masih melihat banyak mahasiswa, bahkan banyak dosen tidak tertantang untuk belajar lebih mendalam lagi. Bahkan mahasiswa pun saya melihat kita belum punya lingkungan yang memaksa mendorong secara internal, secara pribadi untuk mengimprove dirinya melalui pembelajaran pribadi. Ini saya pikir menjadi permasalahan yang sangat unik bagi dunia pendidikan kita, di mana lembaga-lembaga pendidikan yang di sana banyak orang-orang yang sedang belajar, tapi banyak yang menampakkan atau banyak fenomena yang menunjukkan tidak kuatnya mahasiswa, para pembelajar, guru, bahkan dosen di dalam proses belajar. Ini yang paling yang paling menjadi catatan saya pada tahun-tahun ini. Termasuk juga Bapak Ibu semuanya, termasuk juga para guru dan para dosen. Sempat di 2019 ya, staf kepresidenan itu mengungkapkan di Yogyakarta bahwa guru yang memenuhi kompetensi nasional itu tidak lebih dari 30%. Dan kalau kata beliau, dan kalau kita memperbaiki kualitas guru, kita membutuhkan tidak kurang dari 125 tahun ke depan untuk memperbaiki kualitas guru. Nah, saya pikir ini adalah kalimat untuk memberikan motivasi kepada kita semuanya, bagaimana kita, mahasiswa, guru, dan dosen bisa bersatu padu, kemudian juga bisa memotivasi diri untuk meningkatkan kualitas kita melalui pembelajaran. Bisa melalui webinar, bisa melalui penulisan, bisa melalui pengabdian kepada masyarakat, bisa juga kita mengadakan kolaborasi dengan para pelajar bahkan dosen di negara-negara lain. Terima kasih sekali Bu Eli sudah memfasilitasi kami semuanya. Setidaknya bagi saya pribadi ini memotivasi saya untuk belajar lebih mendalam lagi. Kemudian juga yang menjadi tantangan buat kami saat ini dalam catatan saya itu adalah dosen dan guru tidak lagi atau setidaknya kurang yang memberikan motivasi kepada siswa untuk bisa belajar mandiri. Tadi sudah disampaikan oleh Miss Yasmin misalnya bagaimana tentang memanfaatkan kita dalam Google, ya, kemudian juga bagaimana kita memanfaatkan internet of things ini menjadi suasana belajar. Tetapi ada catatannya adalah ketika mental kita ini tidak kuat, maka yang terjadi, yang sekarang banyak terjadi itu adalah plagiarisme kita cukup tinggi. Bagaimana sesuatu yang dimudahkan kemudian menjadi sebuah fasilitas yang dinikmati. Seharusnya ini menjadi kemudahan kita untuk belajar, tapi ada pelanggaran etika yang kita lakukan, di antaranya adalah plagiarisme. Kemudian juga dengan kemudahan juga ternyata ketika mentalnya tidak kuat, ini juga menjadikan pengambilan ilmu pengetahuan, khususnya informasi tentang pengetahuan ini juga jadi lebih mudah antara diklaim oleh satu peneliti dan oleh peneliti yang lain. Disinilah kita membutuhkan kejujuran tingkat tinggi Bapak Ibu semuanya yang saya cintai, saya banggakan, agar kita tetap menjaga mental kita walaupun ada banyak kemudahan. Satu saat saya berharap kita semuanya bisa bangkit dari keadaan ini dan menjadikan Indonesia ini menjadi negara yang terbaik dalam dunia pendidikan. Ya, insya Allah kita tidak kalah ya Miss Amar dengan Pakistan. Kita juga insya Allah secara intelektual tidak kalah dengan China, tapi yang sekarang kita masih merasakan kalah itu dari sisi lingkungan, juga dari sisi mental kita. Semoga bermanfaat apa yang bisa saya sampaikan. Terima kasih sekali lagi Miss Eli, Miss Amarah, Miss Yasmin, juga Bapak Ibu semuanya. Semoga bermanfaat dan insya Allah kita akan ketemu lagi di sesi yang akan datang. Terima kasih, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Miss Eli masih mute. Miss Eli can open mic.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Dr. Iman, for your wonderful speech. Also, Dr. Candidate Amara Kausar from Pakistan. Yeah, today is a very wonderful day, and I'm really sorry for the audience who have a lot of questions. I believe you can ask the question by WhatsApp. Yeah, next time. And then now, before we end this meeting, because our time is very limited, I would like to welcome the representative of Agpai, the chief of Agpai, Bapak Asep Gunawan MPDI ya. Silakan Pak Asep, please Pak Asep, sekaligus menutup acara ini, silakan.
Oke, Mrs. Eli, ini udah terdengar suara saya?
Ya, Pak Asep, please turn on your video.
Oke. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Videonya Pak, tolong Pak, videonya.
Ini udah dibuka?
Kita belum bisa ngelihat. Not yet.
Gimana? Gimana?
Belum.
Oke.
Ya.
Ini centangnya udah saya hilangkan.
Udah.
Udah. Ya, silakan Pak.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innalhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudhlil fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama shallaita ala ali Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Okay, on behalf of the chairman of Agpai, would like to give warm welcome all participant ya. Komit para panitia keynote speaker tadi luar biasa sekali ya. Miss Yasmin from Jajair and Mrs. yang satu lagi siapa tadi ya?
Miss Amara.
Amara Usman ya from Pakistan. Luar sekali ya. Guest lecture and other participants that I cannot mention who have greatly supported the implementation of this event. Jadi ini luar biasa sekali event yang diselenggarakan oleh Ihya. First of all, yang pertama tentunya thanks to Mrs. Dr. Eli ya, as host and moderator, as a lecturer of ihya Islamic University Kuningan Regency West Java. Luar biasa sekali, mudah-mudahan acara ini terus berlangsung ya. Terima kasih Ibu Dr. Eli who has given me the opportunity to give a speech ya. Saya di sini mewakili Ketua Agpai Asosiasi Guru PAI Indonesia DPD Kabupaten Kuningan, yaitu Mr. Yayat Supriyatna ya. Luar biasa sekali. Nah, Kuningan Regency Agpai ya, ini sudah didirikan sejak 2017 ya, jadi kurang lebih 2017, dan kemudian yang keduanya itu ini kemarin ya di inauguration to place at Sanggariang Building diresmikan di sana, dan Pak Yayat terpilih kembali menjadi leader ya dari Agpai. Kebetulan saya diamanahi sebagai founder sekaligus chairman of digital literasi Agpai Kabupaten Kuningan. Baik, core inti kita adalah literasi digital. Tadi saya telah mendengar beberapa ulasan dari Ibu Yasmin dan juga Pakistan bahwa penting sekali untuk melek literasi di abad 21 ini ya. abad 21 ini luar biasa sekali. Salah satunya tadi Ibu Yasmin menjelaskan kepada kita about Google Scholarship and paraphrasing. Nah, ini penting sekali terutama bagi yang mau lanjut kuliah nih, teman-teman saya, sahabat-sahabat saya yang sudah S1, cobalah lanjut ke S2-nya di Unisa, luar biasa sekali. Ya, jadi Unisa dan Agpai insya Allah mensupport ya untuk peningkatan atau upgrading skill daripada para guru PAI khususnya agar semakin meningkat ya. Nah, ini saya boleh izin share screen sebentar ya, Ibu.
Silakan, Pak.
Ibu Eli. Oke, baik. Bagaimana, sudah ya?
Belum ada.
Oke. Bagaimana, sudah terlihat ya?
Belum, Pak.
Laptop saya sudah terlihat?
Belum, baru bapaknya aja. Ya.
Ini
ya, sudah, Pak.
ini bagus sekali ini. Sudah ya. Oke, baik. Tadi saya hanya mempertajam kembali apa yang di share oleh Ibu Yasmin dari Aljazair, bahwa salah satunya kita nggak usah takut lagi tentang parafrase dan plagiarismenya, karena di sini ada platform digital yang sudah bisa kita manfaatkan. Salah satunya adalah parafrase online. Nah, parafrase online nanti sahabat-sahabat GPAI dan yang lainnya tinggal ketik saja ya di Google Chrome ini di bagian atas ya, editpad.org dan seterusnya. Kemudian kita masukkan apa yang kita dapat untuk sebagai 3 referensi ya, syarat minimal 3 referensi ya. Kalau untuk tesis paling tidak 10 lah, syukur kalau 30, begitupun doktor lebih dari itu ya. Nah, misalnya kita mempunyai 1 referensi saja, ini contoh saja ya, ini contoh saja. Pertama, kita tentunya membutuhkan 1 referensi. Anggap saja kita judulnya adalah pembelajaran berbasis proyek, karena kita akan memasuki kurikulum merdeka di bulan Juli, dan di sana Mas Menteri mengamanahkan kita agar membuat ekskul ya, ekstrakurikuler berbasis proyek ya. Nah, kita misalnya mengangkat jurnal ini pembelajaran berbasis proyek. Nah, lalu kita enter. Ini sekedar contoh saja bahwa luar biasa platform digital ini dan kita bisa manfaatkan. Nah, lalu kita mempunyai nih 1 model pembelajaran proyek berbasis proyek. Nah, ini diklik ya Bapak Ibu. Ini salah satu contoh saja. Sebelum kita jadikan skripsi kita atau tesis kita, tentunya dari 3 referensi karya orang lain harus kita temukan dulu di Google Scholar ya, di Google Scholar. Nah, kita sudah menemukannya. Ini sekedar contoh saja ya. Contoh saja. Nah, misalnya menurut Afriana, pembelajaran berbasis proyek merupakan model pembelajaran yang berpusat pada peserta didik. Jadi ini tentunya akan cocok sekali dengan kurikulum merdeka ya, yang memerdekakan anak didik sebagai pencari sumber-sumber belajar di dunia maya. Jadi kita tidak lagi menjadi orang pintar atau sok-sokan di kelas, tapi kita hanya fasilitator. Nah, kita copy yang ini. Cukup kita copy ya. Kemudian copy, lalu kita masukkan ke tempat yang tadi yaitu editpad.org. Ya, di sini kita paste, kita tempel ya. Nah, kemudian Bapak Ibu, di sini ada keterangan I am not a robot. Kita klik saja, lalu kita parafrasikan ya, Klik parafrasikan. Maka yang sebelah kiri akan diikhtiarkan oleh mesin ini untuk muncul di sebelah kanannya. Kita tunggu sampai presentasinya until 100% dan sudah selesai, alhamdulillah. Nah, sebelah kiri itu adalah karya orang lain dari 3 jurnal yang kita pilih, misalnya dari Universitas A, Universitas B, dan Universitas C. Yang satu dari Pakistan, yang satu dari Aljazair, yang satu dari Unisa. Kita masukkan 3-3-nya, tapi one by one, tentunya 1 per 1 dulu masukkan. Lalu sebelah kanannya akan muncul. Menurut Alfriana tahun 2015 ini sama. Yang sebelah kanannya juga menurut Afriana, pembelajaran berbasis proyek bla bla bla, pembelajaran berbasis proyek. Nah, di sini sudah adalah, sedangkan di kiri merupakan. Jadi seperti ini. Jadi ada semacam pengembangan dari karya orinya, bahwa kita tidak serta-merta mengcopy paste karya orang lain lalu dijadikan skripsi atau tesis kita atau disertasi kita untuk dokter. Nah, seperti itu. Ini hanya sekedar berbagi saja, sharing dari Agfai, bahwa di zaman now ini para guru PAI dan yang lainnya sangat memungkinkan untuk lebih keren dibanding abad-abad sebelumnya. S1 kita taklukkan, lalu lanjut untuk kuliah di S2, S2 kita taklukkan, lalu mudah-mudahan ada rezeki atau beasiswa Unisa dan Agfai, lalu kita masuk ke S3. Bagaimana membuat karya ilmiahnya? Jangan khawatir. Di internet banyak menyediakan sumber-sumber pembelajaran, kita cari, namun kita tetap fokus untuk jauh dari plagiarisme. Caranya seperti ini. Nah, sebelah kiri adalah karya asli dari orang lain, sebelah kanan adalah pengembangan dari karya aslinya. Nah, kemudian apakah yang kanan bisa kita tempel di Microsoft Word atau Google Doc? Bisa, yaitu dengan cara mengklik copy, tombol copy di sebelah kanannya. Kemudian apakah ingin lebih aman? Kalau ingin lebih aman, maka kita tinggal ngecek plagiarismenya, yaitu tombol di bagian bawah di sebelah kiri summarize, klik. Nah, seperti itu. Nanti akan muncul di bawah dan akan diberi tanda merah dan yang lainnya. Kalau tandanya merah berarti itu gawat darurat. Jangan langsung untuk dikopas. Tapi kalau tandanya hijau atau yang lainnya biru misalnya, maka itu berarti telah aman. Tidak ada karya yang benar-benar aman 100%. Pasti semuanya pengembangan dari si karya sebelumnya. Nah, ini kita bisa lihat. Plagiarism 0%, sedangkan hal uniknya yang barunya itu 100%. Ini warnanya unik, hijau semua. Berarti ini sudah aman. Tinggal kita kopas, lalu kita masukkan ke Google Doc atau ke Microsoft Word seperti biasa untuk editing. Habibie sekalipun almarhum menemukan pesawat terbang, tentunya beliau mengadopsi dari teknologi sebelumnya yang diciptakan Allah, yaitu capung, burung dan sebagainya. Dari yang ori dikembangkan menjadi pengembangan karya selanjutnya. Itulah mungkin sedikit berbagi saja. Lalu bagaimana dengan Google Doc kita? Google Doc, Bapak Ibu, ternyata platform digital abad 21 ini menawarkan kecanggihan dan keasikan tersendiri. Tidak ada alasan lagi bagi kita bahwa aduh saya mau bodoh, aduh saya mau enggak bisa, aduh saya minder, enggak usah. Karena muslim itu harus prestatif. Muslim dan mukmin yang dicintai Allah adalah muslim dan mukmin yang mempunyai skill, kelebihan, ilmu, kekuatan. Maka dari itu upgrade terus ilmu kita, tingkatkan terus iman kita, dan perbaiki terus akhlak kita. Mudah-mudahan sepakat. Nah, salah satunya Google Doc. Saya membuat kurikulum PT, short CV, lalu saya antarkan tadi siang mendadak ke Ibu Dr. Eli. Saya cukup berbicara, lalu pembicaraan saya berubah jadi ketikan. Ini telah saya latihkan melalui Agfai di kampus tercinta yaitu Unisa di lantai 2. Kalau nggak salah bulan Mei. Caranya begini Bapak Ibu. Misalnya Bapak Ibu punya nama, ya namanya itu bukan Asep Gunawan, tapi misalnya Rina atau siapa, lalu kita masuk ke format, ya maaf ke tool, lalu kita pilih voice typing, ya kita mendikte. Caranya Bapak Ibu tentukan bahasanya. Kalau tadi Miss Aljazair dan Miss Pakistan berbicara, kita rekam dengan bahasa Inggris, maka akan keluar translatornya. Penerjemahnya itu, mesin penerjemahnya akan mengeluarkan translate atau terjemahannya. Tapi saya tidak akan menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Saya akan menggunakan bahasa Indonesia dulu, ya. Caranya Bapak Ibu klik segitiga kecil di sebelah kiri atas, di atas gambar mikrofon, lalu klik bahasa Indonesia, kemudian mikrofon yang masih warna grey atau abu, karena internasional ini grey-nya disebut, ya grey atau abu, maka kita klik sehingga warnanya orange, ya. Rina Sebastian, Cianjur, Jawa Barat. Saya mohon konfirmasi bagaimana sudah melihat perubahannya Bapak Ibu? Halo?
Sudah, Kang.
Sudah.
Berarti sekarang bagi mahasiswi Unisa Agpai dimanapun, maka tidak perlu lagi stres dengan beban tugas kuliah lalu dituntut berlembar-lembar untuk menuntaskan skripsi atau tesis di S2 atau disertasi di program doktoral. Kita tinggal pakai saja Google Doc, lalu kita berbicara. Inilah literasi berbasis digital yang sedang saya latihkan dengan kanal literasi digital khas Agpai Kuningan untuk NKRI. Nah, Bapak Ibu bisa ikut latihan baik di pola daring dalam jaringan internet berbasis Google Meet misalnya atau Zoom meeting, baik melalui kopdar langsung atau luring di luar jaringan. Nah, apa yang dilatihkan oleh kami? Salah satunya adalah literasi berbasis digital, merubah budaya lisan menjadi tulisan, merubah pembicaraan menjadi ketikan. Nah, itu seperti itu. Nah, sekarang kita coba yang lainnya. Misalnya, kita di sini mau garis baru atau paragraf baru, maka kita klik tombol mikrofon sampai warna oranye, lalu kita berbicara. Paragraf baru. Ternyata pindah alias enter. Sekarang saya akan coba bila mana ada dosen Unisa menugaskan mahasiswanya untuk typing mengetik Lughatul Arabiyah berbahasa Arab, tapi kita jangan stres, jangan bingung di mana tombol Arabiknya. Sedangkan tombol Arabik di Chromebook kita ataupun di laptop kita itu semuanya Latin, bahasa Indonesia dan lain sebagainya. Tinggal kita pilih saja, lalu ganti bahasa menjadi Al-Arabiyah. Kita coba ya Bapak Ibu, mudah-mudahan berhasil. Dan jangan salah, ini sangat tergantung pada koneksi internet. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hayabana nasyukuru ilallah alladzi an'amna alaina nikmatan katsiratan jiddan. Lalu kita enter. Bagaimana Bapak Ibu? Apakah Arabiknya sudah muncul di hadapan Bapak Ibu?
Mantap Kang Asep.
Alhamdulillah. Mudah-mudahan inspirasi ya. Siapapun kita, dimanapun kita, sebagai apapun kita, level pendidikan seperti apapun kita, tetaplah menjadi insan-insan yang terbaik di muka bumi, yaitu tanpa ulinas yang senantiasa menebar manfaat bagi sesama. Semoga sepakat. Setuju?
Setuju.
Lalu, kita berikutnya akan memberi tulisan bahasa Indonesia. Maka yang tadinya Al-Arabiyah kita ganti menjadi Injilijiyah bahasa Inggris, bahasa Indonesia, maaf. Nah, lalu kita artikan tulisan Arab yang tadi. Sekarang guru zaman now, pendidik hebat, orang tua zaman now, tidak boleh ada alasan lagi. Aduh, saya belum bisa ngaji. Aduh, saya nggak bisa translate-nya atau terjemahnya. Cukup diklik tombol mikrofon warna grey, abu menjadi orange. Setelah orange, berbicaralah mengartikan yang di atas. Dengan nama Allah yang Maha Pengasih, Maha Penyayang. Semoga keselamatan, kesejahteraan menjadi milik Anda, duhai saudaraku. Begitupun juga kebarokahan dari Allah dan juga kasih sayangnya. Marilah kita bersyukur kepada Allah atas segala nikmat yang telah dianugerahkan kepada kita. Al-Kautsar, nikmat yang begitu banyak. Selesai. Nah, Bapak Ibu, selanjutnya Bapak Ibu tinggal kirim ke editor untuk diedit sebelum nantinya diurus ISBN atau izin penerbitan dari Perpusnas, Perpustakaan Nasional Jakarta, kemudian kita cetak jadi buku antologi atau keroyokan atau berjamaah. Jangan khawatir. Justru sekarang pembelajaran kurikulum merdeka yang harus dikembangkan adalah kolaborasi, kerjasama, ta'awunu alal birri wat taqwa. Kolaborasilah dalam aksi-aksi menebar kemanfaatan, kebajikan dan ketakwaan. Wala ta'awanu alal itsmi wal udwan. Jangan kolaborasi dalam perbuatan dosa dan permusuhan. Itu ayat Allah. Nah, program ini memungkinkan guru dan orang tua zaman now untuk mengkolaborasikan antar unsur-unsur yang lain, antar potensi-potensi umat yang terserah di lapangan. Cara mengkolaborasikan adalah saya akan mengirim kepada Bapak Ibu sekalian yang hadir di sini, cukup dengan menekan tombol share warna biru, blue color, di pojok kanan atas. Bagaimana Bapak Ibu terlihat tombol share-nya? Di pojok kanan atas. Lalu get link-nya, saya ingin mendapatkan link, tapi Bapak Ibu pilih anyone with the link, kemudian kita copy link-nya, lalu saya kirim ke apa ini namanya? Kita sekarang sedang berada di mana? Di Google Meet. Lalu saya kirim ke kolom chat. Maka Bapak Ibu se-Indonesia anggap saja itu adalah sahabat-sahabat editor saya yang akan mengedit tulisan saya tadi. Lalu saya masuk ke kolom chat dengan semua orang, saya kirim. Lalu saya ketik, sahabat-sahabatku se-NKRI, karena ini kan belajar tanpa batas. Kita tidak lagi terhalang dengan batasan ruang dan waktu. Kalau dulu hanya belajar di kampus Unisa, maka mahasiswa Unisa sekarang sudah ngeling ke Aljazair, ngeling ke Pakistan. Itulah pembelajaran yang tanpa batas. Luar biasa sekali zaman now. Dan itu anugerah Allah yang harus disyukuri. Sekarang sahabat-sahabatku se-NKRI, mohon bantuannya. Saya ketik seperti itu, bantuannya untuk editing karya sederhana saya, sederhana saya ini dengan mengklik link ini. Lalu saya tempel, lalu terima kasih ya. Tetap berbudaya etika digital khas Islam, walaupun gaul di pergaulan dunia maya, ruang-ruang digital, tetap etika dikedepankan. Terima kasih, itu adalah etika Islam. Yang bersyukur kepada manusia berarti bersyukur pada dirinya dan Allah juga. Terima kasih, and jazakumullah khair. Dari kekerasan narasi dalam bergaul di ruang-ruang digital, itulah maksud didirikannya kanal literasi digital khas Agpai Kuningan untuk NKRI. Sudah saya kirim. Bagaimana Bapak Ibu? Silahkan cek, periksa di kolom chat. Apakah sudah ada kiriman link dari saya, Bapak Ibu? Ini contoh saja. Burina,
sudah.
Pacar Toma dari Subang,
Ada,
Alhamdulillah.
Ada.
Atau siapapun yang mendapat link kiriman dari saya berwarna biru ini, tautannya tinggal diklik saja. Lalu Pacar Toma dan Burina akan diarahkan oleh sistem menuju karya saya yang tadi. Lalu kita akan saling berkolaborasi di sini. Kalau Pacar Toman mengganti kalimat Rina menjadi Cartoman, maka di semua laptop se-Indonesia atau sedunia akan berubah nama Rina menjadi Cartoman. Kalau berubah judul tesisnya dirubah oleh salah satu di antara kita, akan berubah di semua laptop. Itulah kolaborasi khas zaman now. Sebetulnya masih banyak yang akan saya sampaikan, tapi karena keterbatasan waktu dan juga saya kebetulan kebagian sesi terakhir, jadi saya tidak bisa berpanjang kalam pada saat ini. Sekali lagi, Agfai has entered its second period in Mr. Yayat Supriyatna was elect as chairman. Jadi Pak Yayat ini sebagai ketua dan Pak Asep sekjen, dan saya Kang Asep Asli sebagai kabidnya atau ketua bidang kurikulum dan pengembangan SDM profesi sekaligus founder bagi kanal pelatihan literasi digital bagi siapapun, mahasiswa Unisa atau Agpa yang lainnya yang ingin lebih melek IT dan giroh untuk lanjut ke S1, S2, S3, silahkan bekerja sama dengan Unisa dan Agpa. Alhamdulillah ya, last June 1st we have success muskerda, musyawarah kerja daerah, dan itu kita sudah membuahkan hasil semacam the Agfai work program for the for the next 5 years. Jadi untuk 5 tahun ke depan mudah-mudahan program-program tersebut bisa lebih maslahat bagi umat, karena hanya dengan itu kita bisa menjadi sebaik-baiknya insan di muka bumi, ya. Kemudian saya juga memotivasi diri saya dan juga kepada sahabat-sahabat Agfai yang lainnya dan juga non Agfai agar terus-terusan improve its academic qualification 21st century skill or competence to become a professional GPAI maksudnya guru pendidikan agama Islam. Jadi mulailah kita merubah mindset hijrah bersama-sama dari gagap teknologi menuju melek IT atau literasi digital. Jangan tanggung-tanggung, mulai sekarang mari kita sama-sama menjadi orang tua zaman now dan pendidik agama Islam yang metal, melek digital. Wah mangga, wah dukun, mangga atuh, wa opik putra wayaya, wa bilahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Asep Gunawan, MPDI, for such a wonderful speech. Thank you today for all the participants of this general lecture. Sebelum saya menutup acara ini, saya akan share dulu bagi Bapak Ibu yang selain Unisa yang dari Agfai tetapi yang bukan termasuk sivitas akademika dari Unisa, apabila ingin mendapatkan sertifikat nanti silakan hubungi saya ya, atau hubungi Pak Sopandi. Saya sudah memberikan kontaknya ke Pak Asep. Ingin saya share, cuman ini nggak bisa nih. belum bisa di share. But let me try a little. Oke.
Sudah bisa, Bu?
Oke. Silakan dicatat ya. Silakan dicatat nomor WA-nya. Bagi yang ingin mendapatkan sertifikat internasional, silakan langsung dapat menghubungi Kepala Bagian Humas Unisa ya, Pak Sopandi. Nomornya 0813 2491 3168 ya. Di WA aja silakan. Nanti mungkin ada penggantian fee untuk pembuatan sertifikatnya, tapi tidak banyak ya, mungkin hanya 100.000 aja. Silakan nanti menghubungi ya 0813 2491 3168. Mudah-mudahan bisa menambah angka kredit ya jam pelajaran Bapak Ibu semuanya dan menambah kualifikasi sebagai seorang guru atau dosen yang profesional. Okay, thank you so much for your attending this general lecture. Thank you so much, and Alhamdulillahirobbilalamin. Here I close the lecture, the event. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.